Hello, and welcome to day one of Dune Awakening.
I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakis. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins. Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spice shipments continued without interruption. Because of the Sardaukar, the Fremen were eradicated. There was no Muad'Dib, no Lisan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach. I see a universe where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Alright guys, again, welcome to my solo playthrough of Dune Awakening. This is going to be a PvE focused solo playthrough. I'm going to try to do as much or all of the solo or the PvE content I can by myself, just to show that it can be done. It will definitely focus on the lore. I'll be reading stuff. I'll try to explain what I'm doing as I go. But I'll do like farming and really grindy stuff off camera. So hopefully you'll stick around. Alright, see if I can get on my friend's server. We might play together occasionally, but alright, friends, and then Siege Leg. Okay. In the queue. There we go.
Approach, prisoner.
We got on our co-op server together that we're going to do a co-op playthrough. And so far, no Q-Mageddon, so that's good.
Show yourself, child.
Okay, and I'm going to use my character I created with the character creator a couple months ago. There we go, kind of looks like me. Hobo Atreides. I'm naming my guy Atreides just so I can join the Harkonnens as an Atreides. And then betray them to go back to the Atreides. No, I don't want to skip it. Yes, so you can do locked research menu, so it will lock stuff, so it only unlocks as you progress through the guidance, the guided story at the beginning.
Have they told you what I am?
Yep.
Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin. Where were you born?
Alright, so we have Ix, where the mysterious Ixians are from. Kai-10, home to the Imperial House. Kaladin, home of the Atreides. Chusuk and Agra World, center of culture and civility in the Imperium. And Gidi Prime, home of the Harkonnen. So I'm going to be from Kaladin. And that gives you the
A world
honorable
of
dialogue
water,
trait.
homeworld of the Atreides. The order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
So we have 3 casts we can choose from. Pion is a peasant, basically, not familiar, is an important member of a royal family. Servant. Bondsmen are administrators of the Imperium. So I'm going to go with bondsmen.
There is always work to be done. And millions like you to do it. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
So we have Trooper, specializing in offense and demolition. Starts with the Sugarwire Claw, a like grappling gun hook thing. Mentat specializes in recon and strategy. Starting ability, the Sentinel Turret. Bene Gesserit Acolyte, the mysterious Bene Gesserit. Physical mastery and manipulation. Start with the Voice Compel ability. And the Sword Master, close combat aggression. And they start with the knee charge. And you're not stuck in one of these once you choose. I believe you can re-roll and you can mix up your class, pick different abilities. There's also the Planetologist. Now the Trooper Trainer is close to the start of the game, so I do recommend picking one of the other 3 because you can just switch to Trooper and you'll get one of the other starting abilities right away. So I'm going to go with Mentat.
You must have been very young. The mind must be prepared or the training does not take. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
I have spoken truth.
Come here. Kneel. Put your hand in the box. I hold at your neck the Gom Jabbar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Yep.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
There is a massive guild navigator ship. The navigators bend space-time, and their big navigator ships carry smaller ships inside. And the navigators are the reason spice is so valuable. They are crucial for intergalactic trade and transportation. And they need the spice to do their space-bending thing.
just an off-worlder. No, not the Al-Shaid Ahadi. No, Arista said it was just a dream. I agree, but she is almost Sayadina.
Alright, our ship has been shot down, and then we've been dragged somewhere, and we are waking up. Alright, we are in the game. In a cave, it looks like. Got some dead bodies. Cave painting. And now we are running. What do we have here? Alright, crafting. Open the crafting metal. Craft a scrap metal knife. Pretty quick. Alright. And then the loadout. Lower right is your loadout. Quick bar. You can change that in your inventory. Equip the knife. Then cut the moisture seal. Finding water, you need to hydrate. Hold E to drink from the dew flowers and partially hydrate. So these flowers you'll find throughout Haga Basin, and they will fill you up to 1/3 of your hydration max. Alright, we just harvested some plant fiber, and now it wants us to craft heal kits. Okay. Okay, use your heal kit. So that will heal you a quick little burst and then some healing over time, and you can keep applying it. It'll extend that healing over time part. Okay, climbing, push forward and hold to latch on. Then you can climb by hitting space, climb quickly by hitting spacebar. Burns your stamina quicker, of course. Stamina will recharge if you're not sprinting or climbing. Or dashing, obviously. Alright, it's another moisture seal.
Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered. Speak of our escape. Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder.
Who are you?
Is this what you wish? To waste time in idle chatter? Your first lesson on Arrakis, then. Every exhalation is a waste of water.
Name yourself and we can move on.
I am Zantara. My companion is Noctua. Now, shall we discuss our escape?
What is this place?
The Fremen name for it translates as the Valley of Echoes. A sacred place to the Fremen. A place of death and prophecy.
Is this why you saved me?
It is the miracle and inimitability of prophecy. I will speak on this no further.
How did we come to crash?
A portable rocket, I surmise, based on the damage.
So here we have a dialogue choice based on choosing Mentat. You were clearly not on the ship. The data heavily implies that you were involved in it being shot down.
So you have Mentat training. Then compute your chances of survival without my help, and review whether the questions you're asking are useful.
I must find the Fremen.
You found them, Offworlder. They stood watch over you while you slept.
The dead in the cave?
When the Sardaukar began their jihad, they hounded us across the desert.
Us? Are you Fremen?
I am not Fremen, Offworlder. Though I have been fortunate to know them, and to share their water and their customs.
What happened?
Some of my people were caught out by a passing wing of Sardaukar thopters. All they could do was take refuge in the cave, and be ready for the assault to come.
What happened?
The assault never came. The Sardaukar used ancient weapons to collapse the cave entrance.
Your people were trapped?
With damaged steel suits and dwindling supplies. We toiled for days to free them, digging until our fingers bled. And all the while we could hear their death chants. Red the night, dusky sky. Bloody death, didst thou die. An auspicious place for your rebirth, Offworlder.
Rebirth?
Whatever black fate awaited you in the Harkonnen slave pits waits for you no more. You are free from the bonds of servitude. Free to pursue a new destiny, whatever that may be.
You mentioned escape.
There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say.
Why would I trust you?
Because I dragged your corpse from the wreckage and sealed you in that cave while you recovered. Because you owe me your life, Offworlder.
And here's a dialogue choice based on picking Kaladin. I will repay my debt. I swear it.
Then I will hold you to your honor, Offworlder. Now listen. We need to capture one of their ornithopters. Their protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above.
How do we get one down?
That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me.
Aren't the Sardaukar here to protect us?
His Majesty's Imperial Sardaukar care for naught but the Emperor's interests. And certainly not an errant prison crew bound for the slave pits of Neo-Carthag. We are as vermin to them, Offworlder.
What about the other prisoners?
You must kill them. In other circumstances, their water would be a valuable resource. But with the Sardaukar here, we do not have time to claim them. Only those that get in your way. Think of it as a kindness. They will not survive Arrakis for long.
Enter the ship, find the captain, activate the transmitter. Anything else?
Yeah. Take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication. Now go, and be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us.
Goodbye.
Stick to the shadows, Offworlder. The heat of the sun is deadly to the unprepared.
Alright, we can get sunstroke if we're in the sun too long. So you want to stick to the shadows. And the game might look a little framey on the video. OBS isn't picking the game up great, so trying to figure that out. Shipwreck.
The guards have sealed themselves inside. Search the prisoners for a cut array. And Offworlder, be careful. The cut array is primarily a mining tool, Offworlder. You'll need it for harvesting resources. Using it to cut open ships is an added benefit.
Alright, so cut arrays for harvesting a lot of the materials on Arrakis. First we scan with right mouse click. Oops, animation didn't trigger. That's what it's supposed to do. And then use left click to trace the line. There you go. Pretty fun harvesting mechanic.
The captain's room is blocked by a pentashield. You'll need a pentashield key to pass through. See if there's another way forward.
And you can cut array on doors too.
Ready your weapon, Offworlder. The guards won't hesitate. Neither should you.
Combat going. Light attacks with left click. Keep doing that. Parry by timing right mouse click.
Parry your opponents just as their strikes will hit you. This should stagger them, giving you a window of opportunity.
There we go. Some bandages. Nothing in there. Okay, if you get staggered, you can push direction and alt to dash. Left alt. Water discipline, having hydration level above 1/3 will give you a bonus to max stamina, which is further increased above 2/3. If you're below 1/3, you lose the bonus, and if you're totally dehydrated, you will start to take health damage. So there's some water stations here. Heavy attacks are slow, break, block, and cause stagger if they land. Shields stop most incoming melee attacks and projectiles. To penetrate a shield, first stagger the target, and then use heavy attack, slow blade attack. Okay.
The swift attack can force your enemy off balance, but only a slow blade penetrates a shield.
Come on. Stupid menus in the way, or tooltip box.
I got you.
Come on. Gotta time those parries better. Okay, you can stagger a block with the heavy attack. Man, I'm terrible at parrying.
That's the pentashield key. Once you equip it, you can pass through the shield. Get to the captain and activate that transmitter. I'll be there soon.
Alright, got the shield. We can pass through these doors now. Activate the transmitter to the starter car.
We only need the leader. I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi!
You!
Woodland scum!
Outlaw scum. I watched your men take their last tortured breath as they hung on the walls of Arsunt. They died badly.
I know. That's why I brought you here.
Hardcore, man.
The Thopter will have the codes to get us through the barrier. Ever fly an ornithopter? It's simple enough. But my leg is bad and I won't be able to work the pedals. Get ready. They'll be on us as soon as we break through. There's too many! Turn us into the storm! They won't follow.
Just like Paul and her and Lady Jessica.
Hang on! We're going down!
Alright, prologue done. Loading onto the server. Shields. A body-sized shield will call every worm for hundreds of meters around. It appears to drive them into a killing frenzy.
Get up, Off-Worlder. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run! Now!
Oh lord, a sandworm! Welcome to Arrakis.
You made it, Off-Worlder. Catch your breath. When the Thopter went down, the storm took us far off course. My leg is bad. I need to lay low and treat it before it gets worse. But fear not, Off-Worlder. Noctua can cover the ground between us with little effort. She will be my eye in the sky so I can continue to offer my sage advice and keep you on this side of the grave. Figure out how to craft yourself some clothing. That Maula outfit won't cut it out here.
Okay, so we are done with the introduction to the story and the prologue. We have made our way onto Arrakis and our server. So we'll end it there. I'm going to be releasing the episodes of this playthrough on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, so look for those. I hope you'll join me again. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.